So multiple civs have declared war on like three major coalition civs. That's Arabia, that's Lithuania, and that's Attila, the Huns. I almost forgot there for a second. So that's why all these kind of wars have popped up. This is going to be a major changing point for a lot of nations, specifically like Poland. So yeah, I know the political map mode doesn't look the best right now, but I still kind of wanted to definitely double check on it. And actually, can we make sure that it doesn't show, there we go, no features, we don't have any fog of war on, and yeah, hide recommendations. There we go. That looks a lot better. Awesome. Scotland controlling quite a bit of the northern part of the British Isles here. Here's Iceland kind of controlling fully their land. That's pretty awesome. I do love how Scotland has grabbed a little bit of Western Norway. Yeah, they've grabbed a little bit of Western Norway. Denmark dipping pretty far down now, grabbing Zurich away from Switzerland. France is pretty strong. No one's taken over these forward settlements here. Northern Africa seems to have really stopped, I guess, their expansion, especially Egypt. Egypt hasn't done anything when there's still so much land out this way, which is crazy, especially because, they're giving, a lot of these nations are starting to discover all that's over here. I think for the most part, though, people are going to be going for modern-day Russia if they're going to expand anywhere. Assyria's kind of gained quite a lot of strength. The Hittites and the Ottomans need to be worried about that because they kind of, they border these guys, and these guys are really aggressive. So I'd worried about that one. Byzantium controls a lot of power. They're got their 4 cities up. Bulgaria hasn't done much. Rome, I think, is about to get ready for their final attack on Greece, which would give Rome so much power. So much power. And as we said in the intro, Poland's about to get a whole lot bigger. A whole lot bigger. So let's see what happens here. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn. Let's check out if they are actually kind of finished through. They have a pikeman right here to the south of the Lithuanian capital. So this should happen. And I'm wondering if anyone... I imagine that more than likely the final Lithuanian cities will probably fall to Poland too. Boom. There it goes. And yeah, this is probably going to be a complete swing here. They're going to maybe potentially Hungary could go after Cologne. That'll probably happen. If Sweden doesn't get their fleet over here fast, they're not going to have an opportunity of taking this over. Okay, so Spain has declared war on Belgium. I don't know why. There's no forward settling at all. Augustus is playing against somebody. Let's go ahead and change this around. Okay, let's go ahead and check on Poland. Poland, this is probably the right time to check on exactly what the heck is Poland thinking right now. They certainly don't have a highly populated capital, which I'm shocked by. Only at 11. Some of these nations, some of these capital cities are already at 17. So yeah, that's pretty low. Maybe they've been focusing in on their military for this opportunity. The Goths are trying really, really, really hard to take over the newly founded Hunnic capital, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Venice and Spain. Oh, Germany and Spain. Why? Why are people declaring war in Spain now? Carthage is going to try their best to move throughout open borders from Rome to go after Sardinia, which would be a really good pickup for Carthage. But I don't know if she's going to be able to do it. That's going to be tough. Wow, Switzerland's gotten really messed up. So yeah, they lost quite a bit they lost some power. They lost certainly a lot of power, and they got a lot of this stuff pillaged. And when an AI gets pillaged, it's so much more significant because they're not good at telling workers what to do. I swear they're so bad at telling workers what to do. So that's kind of a problem. Boom, Poland. Wow, Poland. Oh my goodness. So if Russia might be the only nation to maybe really stop Poland, I definitely can see them start to snowball here, especially because there's just not a lot of strong nations around them. Although, if Scandinavia unites under, either Sweden or Denmark or Norway, then maybe you see some resistance from the Baltic Sea. If they get a big enough fleet like Sweden does right now, then potentially, Sweden was a little bit too late. They might have been able to steal this away. But, Austria has a chance of taking this themselves, which would definitely block off Poland, which is kind of what the world needs right now. You're talking about quite a bit of fear now in this region. Poland's gained a lot of power, but they gained power really fast. And if they lose any more units, I could see another coalition forming against Kashmir. I think we could definitely see that. It looks like we might be at a World's Fair or World's Congress event. Let me go ahead and wait, and I'm gonna make a cut right here. 3, hours later. But no, seriously, that really was. It took a really long time for me to figure out that that was not the World Congress. My game continued to crash there. I actually had to eliminate Lithuania, I guess, when they got destroyed, because essentially that was their turn getting destroyed. And that's not something I really get. I'm not really mad at that at all. I don't know why that would be a bug, but the whole game crashed when Lithuania was about to get destroyed by Austria, because they were down to they were yellow, and then I took one more turn off, and then they got destroyed. And that's when I had to. Then I realized, oh my gosh, I've got to take Lithuania out of the game completely. So yeah, I guess be aware that if you ever play with Lithuania or you destroy Lithuania, then your game's gonna crash. I like it. Anyways, I'm not too mad about that. Let's continue onward. Let's see what we have. So Rome is secretly plotting against the Goths. And Sardinia-Piedmont has made a declaration of friendship with England. Austria and the Netherlands made a declaration of friendship. Okay, let's continue onward. How is Sardinia doing against Carthage? Seems like everything's doing fine. I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, Carthage has settled a few boats over this way. They're definitely going one by one. But and actually, they just destroyed a Sardinian ship out there along the coast. Anything else that's going on? Nothing really much. We have a few. I'm waiting for the War of the British Isles to break out at some point. I really hope that at least Scotland gives us to. I think Scotland might, because Scotland's getting a lot of strength from Norwegian territory, and that's pretty amazing to see that. I'm really shocked that they were actually able to go and grab this. I'm still shocked about it, and this is really good territory to defend, because you've got these mountains to hide behind. Babylon has joined in on the coalition against the Huns. And the Goths are still a ways away. Arabia's lost their capital. Boom, Arabia's gone. Assyria has completely wiped out Arabia. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was shocking. That is the second civ, I believe, that's been eliminated from this game completely. Augustus is plotting against Napoleon. Okay, let's go ahead and get that spy out of there, because I don't really care. And since we're here, yeah, let's send him to Assyria. What is going on, Assyria? Where do you set your sights on next? You control 4 cities in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, and then you have 2 cities up north. Okay, so I guess they kind of needed that. I mean, they only have 6 cities total. I didn't even realize that until just now. They were really small, and actually they've only ever had themselves their capital, and then they did settle, I believe, this city here off the coast of the Red Sea. Byzantium's now joined in against Attila. That might be an effect. Whoa, wait a second. Yes, you know what? If they have open borders either through the Ottomans, which they clearly do through the Ottomans, then they could probably take over this Hunnic city. And again, that would give even more control to Byzantium. That would be some really big news. The Hungarians, I believe, are going after Attila. So it seems to be a race. There seems to be a race for destroying Attila of the Huns. And that would be, I mean, that's going to provide a lot of extra strength, and needless to say, or not really a lot, but it does, I mean, this city specifically does hold a pretty awesome port to the Black Sea, and if Byzantium can get around towards this region, then yeah, you're talking about a lot of extra strength. Again, if they control the Black Sea themselves, then they can pretty much take out any other coastal city along the Black Sea, like the Ottomans, specifically the Ottomans and the Goths, I should say. Those are the main civs I would assume that, I don't know, nations would go after, possibly, or I guess the Byzantium nation would go after, maybe. Let's continue onward. What is Hungary going to do here? Let's see. Oh, another Switzerland war. This time we have Bulgaria joining in with France. They're going to try to, I'm guessing France is going to attempt to, now they have long swordsmen, to take Bern away. Now the Netherlands, who are they at war with? Are they at war with Switzerland? I'm not sure, but they do have open borders through Danish territory. So if they do, then you're talking about a very, very interesting war for the capital of Switzerland. First influential civilization has become. Well, we don't know who Switzerland has become influential with, but it is actually Switzerland. I was almost going to call them civilization. Jeez, the crack is just getting hard. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Well, I waited 3 hours till I realized, oh wait, Lithuania is crashing the game. I thought it was just the World Congress that was crashing the game. Usually, what I have to do for the World Congress is wait several minutes, maybe 10 to 20 minutes, before the game is able to set up the World Congress, especially with all these mods. Then I kind of started putting 2 and 2 together when I realized, wait a second, this isn't working. Then I realized, wait a second, Lithuania is not the last civ to process. Usually, when that freeze ends up happening, it's the civ that has the last turn, and Lithuania did not have the last turn. So I realized, oh dang, it's Lithuania. They're there's a bug because they're being destroyed. I guess, I don't know. Maybe the modder never considered Lithuania would be destroyed, possibly. I don't know. Anyways, so what are we discovering? Assyria is plotting against Attila. Okay. The Netherlands are back at war with Spain. Actually, that was William declaring that war on Isabella, which is surprising. Ooh, and France also declaring war on Spain. Now, that's a big one. The fortunate part for Isabella, though, is that I don't think France is going to be willing to move throughout this territory, as well as they're going to need open borders through, well, they're at war with Switzerland, so they're probably not going to want to go through this territory. They might have open borders through the Netherlands, but, I don't think those civs are doing too good relationship-wise. I don't think that they have a too good of a relationship, exactly. Goths have publicly denounced the Germans. The Huns have publicly denounced France, and then France has become friends with Belgium. Oh, okay, that's actually a good pickup for them. That's a very good friendship for them to pick up. Bulgaria is getting up quite a few troops. Okay, so what's going to go down here? We have all the Hungarians and the massive military force that Hungary has brought along towards the last remaining Hunnic territory. Will we see them capitalize here? The Hungarians could really utilize two more cities to the south here, because they do have like somewhat connecting empire, somewhat. They'd be able to fully engulf the Goths if they were to pick up these two cities. You're talking about like a perfect little U-shape, rainbow shape, I guess, not U-shape, N shape, little rainbow shape right over the Gothic Empire, making it probably pretty easy. You could attack from multiple sides. The Germans are also moving across and trying to get units over into this territory as fast as possible. So yeah, this city should fall. I'm thinking, actually, maybe not. There's only a few pikemen. Well, there's a pikeman here that's embarked, which isn't the smartest move, but there's a second pikeman in the yellow, but he is just south of this city. So as long as the horse archer, with a mistake from Attila right here, or if Hungary moves first, then they'll be fine. So they don't move first, but I'm pretty sure they're going to take the city over. You're talking about multiple crossbowman attacks, a catapult attack, a trebuchet, I should say, attack, and then boom. Yeah, so there it goes. So the Huns are down to one city. They might be the third civilization to be eliminated from this game, possibly. And that was a big, big pickup for Hungary. Now, Poland's doing fine. They pretty much eliminated completely the Lithuanians. They did. They pretty much completely eliminated the Lithuanians. But the Hungarians are now gaining their own power. Byzantium has actually pieced out the Huns. That was not the smartest of choices. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we have the Egyptians moving up north for an offensive move here. They have a lot of their units here. Remember that. And it's been captured by the Huns. Oh, the Huns captured it back. I don't think that's going to stay like that for very long. And also, this is probably going to destroy a lot of Attila's troops, at least the remaining Attilan troops. Oh, boom, they're gone. Attilan? I don't think I should. That's not a term, Drew. What are you doing? Attilan troops. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, we'll have to see how this Middle Eastern war goes down, I guess I should say. Geez, so many war chariots. You're talking about multiple ranged attacks. Their boats are not going to have a chance. So this is not going to go so well. Remember, they have a lot of their army. They tried to move in towards the Sumer, and they did okay, but they lost a big force of their military. That was the issue. Oh, they pieced out the Sumer now. The Hittites has denounced the Goths. And that is about it. Lots of denouncements beginning. The Ottomans are starting to build up a huge force. I'm wondering if that's going to go after the Byzantium. I don't know. The Ottomans and actually, so weirdly enough, Byzantium and the Ottomans have a good relationship. Surprisingly. I had no idea. Very shocking. Bulgaria might be gearing up for a war for the Romans. Now, there's only a few civs that Bulgaria... Actually, there's not. Bulgaria has their options wide open. They can go to war with many. Bulgaria probably doesn't want to go after Byzantium just because Constantinople, there's absolutely no way that Bulgaria would ever take over Constantinople. Not without any coastal cities, not without any sort of major fleet. And even if they had a fleet, it'd have to be pretty dominant because the Byzantium Empire has their own unique units out there, and they've built plenty of them. So yeah, I don't think that would be enough either way. And here we go, Hungary. So Germany seems like they've doubled back around. They no longer want anything to do with the Huns. Someone needs to... Ooh, Austria and Rome have teamed up. Now, Rome won't do much here, but Austria can, and they are actually moving in towards Budapest. I cannot keep up with the massive just boom, like boom. There's a great power that forms up, and then bam, they're gone. And then gone. Now, I don't think we're gonna see that with Poland, because luckily for them, with their war with Lithuania, they didn't lose very many troops at all. They kept a hold. They kept their military intact for the most part, and so no one's really gonna go to war with Poland, I don't think. Now, Austria could do some major damage to Hungary, and more than likely they're gonna have to peace out with Attila here. But Budapest is probably gonna fall either way. Yeah, Budapest is probably going to fall either way to the Austrians, and that's a big pickup for Austria, and they absolutely needed it. They only have 2 here, Vienna and Salzburg. But I mean, I know that they have this northern city, but yeah, no, this is a very important pickup for Budapest. By the way, if anyone was curious, it was Austria that was taking Lithuania. It wasn't Poland. I did recognize that, but that's. I don't think that would have done much, because Cologne would have been down to, I think, 2 population or something like that. Something very, very small. So, anyways, let's see how Egypt is doing. Egypt's doing okay. Yeah, they're doing okay. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to take over the capital. Well, they've got quite a few troops over there now. And the key is ranged troops. They have quite a few ranged troops. And they have enough melee. Enough. I'll just say they have enough melee. They could have more. But they actually, you know what? I think that they have almost a perfect ratio for the amount of ranged troops that they also own. Because I've always talked about how the AI really needs to build more ranged and only having like 2 or 3 melee at most. And that's kind of what most Civ 5 strategists are. And the AI, I'm not sure exactly how well they are at programming their attack and their war strategies, but you know, the more ranged attacks they have, I think usually the AI does a little bit better at their choices. The AI never picks the right move. Whenever it comes to a melee attack, whenever an AI has a full-on melee army, they always just do the dumbest things. So I think that, you know, ranged units obviously help, because they're not taking damage back for making the wrong choice, you know. So I don't know. This is going to be a close one. The Egyptians still have a few more units that they can reinforce, but not much. The Hittites are kind of, well, they're running out. They're running low. They've got a few cavalry units that would help out a lot. Denmark and the Huns have peaced out. Oh, look at that. Armenia going after a 3rd city. Well, I guess a 4th city, technically, because they took over Dur. And actually, Hungary doesn't even care that Budapest is probably going to get taken. Actually, maybe not. I think I might have gotten confused by the very similar colors. This is going to be a big battle that goes down, but I guarantee you this will not be the only war that is declared for Hungary. They are going to lose quite a lot here, because Austria has quite a lot themselves. I'm sure they're going to destroy a few of their military units that Hungary controls around Budapest. And more than likely, I'm imagining that the Huns will probably destroy something here too. Ooh, that pikeman is down to just a little bit of health. The Goths actually might pick this up. Technically, they've got to get the pikeman in. Oh, they got a warrior unit in range. That's pretty good too. I give them credit for that. Poland is being denounced. World's most well-fed people, I guess. Egypt, Songhai, Catherine. This one, why do I always forget? This is Sardinia. There we go. Sardinia's kind of dropped. Last time we checked, they were actually number 1. Now they're in 4th place. Then we have Norway, I believe. Yeah, no, that was not Norway. That was, geez, I don't know. I'm still getting used to the symbols, guys. I'm totally still getting used to the symbols and the leaders. I will say this is teaching me so much about history. I hope it teaches you so much about history, because I had no idea the significant figures that played in certain countries, you know, these certain countries' history. So it is nice to kind of recognize a name to a country and stuff like that. That's helped out a lot. So the Goths have reinforced the Hungarians by quite a lot here, and I think that I don't know who this final Hunnic city is going to go to, but either way, they're going to help each other out. It looks like it probably will go to the Goths, unless maybe Hungary gets really lucky. But I don't think so. It's going to be close. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.